This is the Mitel 5224 IP telephone. In this video presentation, you'll learn the basic features and functions of this telephone. Okay, so let's take a little bit closer look at the phone. We've taken this phone and divided it up into 9 individual sections. Each section represents a different area of function of the phone. So we're going to go through each one of those one by one and show you what the functions of the phone are. The LCD display is basically our interface into the phone. It's going to tell us what the phone is doing. When the phone's not in use, the LCD display is just going to show us the date and time. If we've got a message waiting for us, it'll also indicate that as well. Now, later on, when we get into the super key function of the phone, the LCD display is going to become more important to navigating through those menus. This is your ring message indicator. Very simple. It's going to give you a visual notification if the phone is ringing or if there's a message waiting for you. We'll get into that a little bit more in a minute. In the third section of the phone, we've got up and down arrow keys, a speaker button, and a mute button. Now the up and down arrow keys do three things. They change the volume of the ringtone when the phone is ringing. They change the volume in the earpiece when you're talking on the phone, and they also adjust the contrast on the LCD display. The speaker button activates the speakerphone for hands-free phone use. When the mute button is pressed, the person with whom we're speaking cannot hear our voice during the conversation, but we can still hear their voice. Keep in mind this only works during a speakerphone conversation. In the next section here, we've got 6 feature buttons. There's a lot of power and a lot of different functionality in these buttons, so let's zoom in a little bit and take a closer look at these individually. Okay, the top left button, the blue button, that's your super key. The super key allows you access to the applications within the phone. This is going to be things like your company directory, programming speed calls, and also changing the ringtone on the phone. The next button over in the circle with the white X, that button, is the cancel key. The cancel key simply clears the last command. It allows you to back out from wherever you're at in case you made a mistake. You just panic, you want to leave wherever you're at there. You just hit that key. It's going to bring you back to a neutral state in the phone. The next key is the redial key. See the numbers with the kind of swoosh. Now, the thing to keep in mind with the redial key is it's only going to redial the last external number you've called. So if you've dialed 9 and your area code and number to get out, it will redial that number. But if you've dialed extension, say 2717, it's not going to redial that. It's going to dial the other number instead. Starting over at the bottom left, we've got the red hold key. Simply place a call on hold. You can hang up the handset, come back to that call later. The next key over from there is the transfer conference key. It has 2 functions. You can either transfer a call between extensions, or you can use this key to conference in multiple participants for a conference call. And the last key on the bottom right is the message key. Now, right now what you're seeing is the message key is sort of clear. It will light up, and when it's lit up, that means you have a message. And when you press that, it will give you access to your voicemail. In just a minute here, when we get into the practical application portion of this instruction, you're going to see we use this section of the phone pretty heavily. Here's the keypad. Now, the keypad is used, of course, for dialing phone calls, but it's got a couple other uses. The asterisk, the 0, and the pound key are going to be used to navigate through menus once we've activated the super key. And also the letters printed on the numbers are used when we're accessing the company directory to spell somebody's name. These 12 vertical buttons represent the 12 in the Mitel 5212 IP telephone. These are your personal keys. These are programmable, meaning they can be used for any kind of different features and functions, and they can change from phone to phone. Now, when you get a phone, it's going to have a standard template of functions and features that are assigned to these buttons. These have been assigned by your system administrator. They can be anything from access to voicemail, they can bring up call history, can activate a do not disturb feature, it can be a speed dial number, or it can give you access to a prime line. We'll get more into prime lines later. But the main thing to remember right now is that these keys are programmable and changeable also by you, the user. Indicated here under the handset is a speaker. This speaker is used to provide an audible ringtone when somebody's giving you a call. It's where the sound's going to come out of. And also it allows you to hear the other caller when you're on a hands-free speakerphone conversation. It's also worth noting that your microphone used for your hands-free speakerphone conversations is located here in the bottom right-hand corner of the phone. So it's important not to put any sticky notes here or have any materials obstructing the microphone. It will affect the call quality. And the last feature, of course, is the handset, which we use to listen to the other person when they're speaking and to speak into while we're having a phone conversation. Placing a call to an internal extension. So in this example, we'd like to place a phone call. To do so, we're simply going to dial the extension of the number that we'd like to call. If we've entered a valid extension, that call will go through. Placing a call to an outside number. To place a call to an outside number, simply dial 9 and the number that you wish to dial, and your call will go through. To hang up the call, you can press the cancel key. Answering an incoming call. To answer an incoming phone call, you simply lift the handset up off the receiver and the call is answered. Directed call pickup. The phone on the left is ringing. In this example, we want to pick up this call at the phone on the right. This is called a directed call pickup. To do so, we're going to press *3 along with the extension of the number which is ringing. This will then pick up the call on this handset. Placing a call on hold and picking it up remotely. We want to place a call on hold and then pick it up somewhere else. We've got a call over here on this phone. So we're going to press the red hold key and place that call on hold. We can see it's on hold because of the red indicator on our prime line. We're going to hang that up. Now, we want to pick up this call from another phone somewhere in the building. Now, to do that, we're just going to pick up a line by pressing a prime line. Press *7 along with the extension of the phone in which the call was placed on hold. The parked call has now been picked up at the new extension. Transferring a call. We're going to transfer the call that we have right here to another extension. To do so, press the Transfer Conference button along with the extension to which you would like the call to be transferred to. At that time, you can then hang up the handset and the transfer will be complete. Redialing the last number. We'd like to redial the last number that we've dialed. To do so, we're going to press the redial button and the last number is redialed for us automatically. Just keep in mind, it's not going to pay attention to any internal extensions you've dialed since then. It's only going to dial the last external number. Creating a conference call. We currently have a call on the line, and we would like to conference in another party to make a three-way call. To do so, we're going to press the Transfer Conference button, and then we're going to dial the extension or the phone number of the person that we'd like to add to this conversation. When that person picks up, we hit the Transfer Conference button again, and now all three people are in the same call. The LCD display now indicates a three-party conference. We can repeat this process as many times as we like to join additional participants up to a maximum of 8 callers. Programming a speed dial. We'd like to program a number for speed dial on our phone. We're going to add that to one of our personal keys on the left here. To do so, we're going to press the super key, and we're going to go through the menu by pressing the pound key until it says Personal Keys. At that time, we'll hit the star key. Now, it's asking us which key we'd like to program. We're going to use this one, and we'll press the asterisk to accept. And now we enter the number we're going to program to the key. Now, this can be an extension internally, or it can be an outside number. Once we've got that number input, we'll press that key again. It's programmed. It's asking us if we'd like to make that private. It's not necessary. We hit the pound key, and now the number is programmed into the system. Now, to use our speed dial, all we have to do is go over to the left-hand side of the phone, pick up the receiver, and press our personal key, which we've just programmed. Programming call forwarding. We'd like to use call forwarding on our phone, but first we have to configure it. So to do so, we're going to press the super key, and we're going to press pound until call forwarding appears. Once it does, we'll press the asterisk key to accept. It's going to ask us always. We're going to press the asterisk to review the number. The phone tells us that this number is not programmed, so we're going to press asterisk and set a forward destination. We can enter any number. If it's an outside line, we want to be sure to press 9 first. So we enter our number, and then we press the down arrow key to save. Our phone is now configured to use call forwarding. Activate call forwarding. In our previous example, we programmed a phone number to be used with call forwarding. Now we want to turn it on. We press the blue super key, and then we're going to press the pound key to get through the menu until it says call forwarding. We'll press the asterisk key to accept. And then we're going to press the asterisk key a total of 2 more times. We'll be given an option to turn it on by pressing the pound key. Call forwarding is now on. Adjust the ringtone. We'd like to adjust the ringtone on our phone so that we can differentiate when our phone's ringing from the other phones around us. To do so, we're going to press the blue super key, and then we're going to press the pound key until we get down to ringer adjust. Once we've got that, we'll press the star key. We'll hit the star key one more time, and the phone is now going to cycle through a bunch of different ringtones. We can press up and down arrow keys until we find the one that we like. Once we've got that, we press the pound key, and our new tone has been selected. This concludes our video instruction on the Mitel 5212 IP telephone. Thanks, and have a great day.